All right. Hey, everyone.
Hey, guys.
Ryan from eBike Escape.
And JT from eBike Escape.
And in this video, we're going to be doing a live unboxing of the Ride1Up Core-5. I'm just going to do a quick sound check here and make sure it's working.
Got to pay the AdSense real quick.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then I think Ryan was telling me too, after this video, we're going to stop this live stream and then do the U-Free City Robin X.
Yep, yeah.
After this. So we'll do two unboxings one night. So yeah.
All right. Before we get started, if you are looking to purchase any of the Ride1Up models, do us a favor and check out the link in the description. If you use that link, it helps support the channel and makes our reviews and all the videos that we do possible and costs you nothing extra. So really appreciate your support. And our other resources will be down in the description as well. Our electric bike discount code page, which, by the way, if you're watching this live or soon after, I believe Ride1Up is still offering a free extra battery. I think it's maybe a 10 amp hour battery.
It's on the limited.
On the limited, yeah.
Limited.
So if you're looking for spend a little bit more money with a similar-ish frame design to this, that's a pretty good deal. So you get two batteries for the price. So that's where we post deals like that. And then we have our electric bike accessories list and our top e-bike brands page and our recently announced or created, I guess, electric bike accessories sales page. Where we're kind of sharing any deals that other companies share with us, be it helmets or any other accessories for your e-bikes. But with that, I think we should start unboxing it. One of the things that hopefully is coming through on camera, but this box is one of the smallest bike boxes.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, this is, I'm halfway across. I have short arms and it's halfway across the box.
And that's due to a few different reasons. One being the fact that this is a smaller framed bike, but perhaps even more the reason for that is because Ride1Up ships these bikes without the fork installed. It's not the Cafe Cruiser, I guess, but as far as I'm aware, that's how they all come shipped.
And I mean, are they the only ones that you know of that do that? The only one I think I've seen that do, so it's just to try and save on shipping, make the box a little bit more manageable per se.
Which is why they can pass the cost down to the consumer, so you're getting a better deal, of course. And so that's kind of cool. I mean, Ride1Up I've been reviewing their electric bikes for now over 2 years, and that is one of the standout features. They're value-priced bikes, great price, and they've obviously now been around for even longer than when I started, and I think they're a great brand. And obviously, given we're doing a live stream, if you have any questions, you can let us know in the chat box here. Dominic says, I have the Roadster V2, good stealthy bike. Yeah, we did a review on that. Great bike if you're looking for that style of e-bike. Belt drive, single speed. And Ride1Up focuses pretty much solely on city-oriented bikes or more traditional frame styles. And so you won't see a fat tire, a true fat tire bike or a folding bike in their lineup. All right, we got the metal pedals. These are Neko branded metal pedals. And let's see here. Now, I should mention that this model actually isn't new to the channel, but they have made some changes to this bike that I want to call out. I'll actually look them up to make sure I cover all of them here in a second. But we have the Core-5 owner's manual, and then they do give you some bolts and things for the reflectors.
There's our fork.
So yeah, as we mentioned, front fork does not come installed. So we'll try to walk you through that. Just a note, though, that we are not professional mechanics. So this isn't the tutorial, but we're just going to walk through the process. And we have to unbox the bikes anyway. So great opportunity for us to chat with the audience. Lots of foam.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's in that.
All right, let's see what we got in here.
keep trying to escape me.
You know, the fortunate thing, it is a fairly light electric bike. All right. There you go. Let me know if you want me to hold it. So I don't know if they include this in all of their bikes, but we do have a Ride1Up winter hat. Nice thing in Wisconsin. Maybe they look at the addresses and see where they're shipping it to.
Yeah, if you're in Florida, you just get a regular hat.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, we get the winter hats.
We get a little postcard here. Adventure awaits, and they give you another little thing to share with your friends. And actually, I don't know what you think, but these tools are better than average.
Are they ball ended? Oh yeah, and they're ball ended, which is super nice. Makes getting into those tight spaces. That is, yeah, it's a nice Allen.
Yeah, it's a decent set. The other ones that you see from many companies are kind of throwaways here. Or maybe not throwaways, but you know,
a cheaper quality.
Yeah, limited use. And the other thing we actually have to put on the crank, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
too.
and the crank arms is what I was looking at. Get out my tools here.
So are these the new top heat?
These are the new top heat tools we've got in here. So yeah, so it's got a torque wrench and stuff like that. So we're gonna step Ryan's installs up a bit. I'll torque everything down. That way he doesn't have to bolt check them before he rides them. So yeah, take the top headset. I'm not even sure the headset cap off, and then take the bearings off. It looks like the bearings are already in. Yeah, so the bearings are already in. So you're really just sliding it all together here. All right, there's a spacer. So something with this too is it comes with some spacers, so you can kind of space up the headset, the stem when you put it together as well. All right, up there. Then we got our washer that goes on the top, and I believe Ride1Up has like videos on their website about doing all of this.
Yeah.
So you can get more close up. So if you're not comfortable, they do have a resource available for you.
And there might even be in the booklet.
I'm sure it is in the manual. Yeah. All right, there you go. I didn't get that off. Where? Got it. Yeah, Ryan mostly called me in so that I could help him with some of these bikes because these are a little bit difficult sometimes to assemble and talk and everything. So.
And the nice thing is, you maybe can take the savings on the Ride1Up bikes and go ahead and take it to your local bike mechanic and have them put it together. I recommend that anyway, especially if you're not comfortable.
Yeah, I think our local mechanic, I want to say it's somewhere, it's like $100 to $200 to assemble it, to do the assembly and do all the tweaks and get the brakes working right and everything. It's a cheap piece of mind for sure.
Yeah.
So.
And they do have some about the steer tube. I think their videos might be a little bit better or more up to date than this, but they do have the information. And I want to make sure. I believe, I'm not sure if this bike is still on sale, but it used to be $1045 on some of the models.
Yeah, I mean, I want a lot of their bikes just went off sale, unfortunately. So the only bike that I saw when I did that limited sale was the and then the Roadster V2 was also on sale.
Yeah, so pricing on this bike is currently $1195, and I think JT's right on that. They just kind of ended their Labor Day sale.
You can go set it down.
And we do have a
bolt-on front axle here.
Bolt-on front axle, so not a quick release, something to keep in mind. Now, we obviously have the step-through version here, but it does come in a high step. 3 different colors, kind of like a mint color. This blue, which is, again, another update from the previous generation, and then a slate. And again, step-through versus the high step. Another reason I really like the step-through of this is because it has the swept-back handlebars that a lot of people prefer. I mean, personal preference, of course. Compared to more straight handlebars. So if you're looking at the Ride1Up models, if you look at the step-throughs, I believe this is still true. They should all have the swept-back handlebars. So. All right. And if you are joining us live, always like to chat if you have any questions. I'm in the market for a new e-bike. How good was their Black Friday sale last year? Should I wait 2 months? Oh, gosh. If you're going to ride the bike a lot, I don't know. I guess my perspective is you're going to enjoy it so much. Is the extra $100 really going to matter?
How much
Also,
was the 700 series, if that's what you're looking at for Ride1Up? I want to say it was like $200 off recently.
yeah,
$150, $200 off to $250 off. I mean, really, and they're not going to hold off all of their sales until Black Friday. They'll have sales before that.
possibly, yeah.
So I think you'd be able to find the bike on sale before then. So you may not have to wait quite that long.
I was going to look up to the some of the changes. And you can go back and look at our Black Friday post or our video from last year. I don't want to speak exactly what sales because I don't remember the pricing, but you can see what they did last year. So just something to keep in mind. All right. So the changes. It now comes with a headlight. That was not the case before. And the battery is now a 12.8 amp hour. I think it was maybe 10.4. So a decent bump in that. And the price is the same. And again, these are kind of the changes, the most recent changes. But since we first reviewed the bike, they actually, I want to say the head badge is new. I already talked about the more sleek colors. The other one's more, I guess this is still a matte finish.
Do you have a bolt somewhere over there?
I do in here.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Get the headlight all mounted.
Yeah. So no rear light. Oops. What's Jimmy?
Oh, yeah. Nuts and stuff.
Let's see that first.
That's all good.
And you can buy accessories, both the fender and the rear rack. The other thing I just wanted to look up too quick was I believe the motor power has also changed, but that might have been from the model that we reviewed. So that might not be a most recent change, but this is advertised as a 750 watt sustained hub motor. And I believe the previous generation was 500 watts sustained. So I'll be very curious to see how this performs on our hill climb test. It does have a 22 amp controller that peaks at 1000 watts. So this could be one of the more affordable bikes that actually has a decent amount of power to it. We'll obviously be testing it out. You have a pair of pliers in there?
I can move the nut on the back. I'm surprised it should have come with something. Looks like it did not.
Yeah, I can go get a
we
wrench
need a pair
grip.
of pliers, yeah.
I'll
All
go
right.
do that if
Yeah,
you
the
need.
crank. No, I have the bolt here and I have an 8
Okay.
in this setup. So yeah, so one of the things that is different about the Ride1Up, like Ryan had already said, the fork is not installed, and then they also so they can set the bike as low as possible in the box. It does not come with the cranks installed, so you have to add that. So you have to put the chain on and do all that. It's really not. It's not terribly difficult. It's also kind of allows you to maybe get a little bit more understanding of your bike, which is kind of nice. So it looks like it's not going to want to stand because the tires, I think, are a little flat here. Get all this stuff off. Trying to make sure to stay in frame for everybody, so you're not just staring at a pretty blue bike. So, yeah, I mean, Ride1Up is really they have like these little subtle touches that are really nice. We got the chain stay cover here, which is branded. The badge on the front actually says Class 3. So if you ever run into any problems with that, it is labeled, which is nice. Yeah. Here we go. The chain is already on. You just have to make sure it's guided through everything correctly. All right. There we go. Untangle it, and I think we're good to go. Yeah, we'll pop that off. Good here.
What size is here?
Yeah. So, and obviously, you want to put the other pedal arm 90 degrees out from the other.
I've seen some quite a few comments on Facebook of people who install this wrong and then they don't have the right tool, I believe, in order to kind of get it back.
Off.
Yeah, off. Like it's harder to actually get it off after they get it
Yeah, so this is it's a press fit. So as it goes on, like the square piece it fits onto actually gets bigger. So once it's on, it kind of locks it in. So yeah, that's a pretty big, pretty nice issue that you'd have to fix. And there's a special tool to pull it off and all of that. So just trying to find where I set my tool. Such a small area, you figure I would be able to keep
I have an
track of
extra
it.
one here.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Hoping not to have to tap into yours. Let's see. Go ahead and just tighten this on a little bit. We will have to get a bigger wrench, I think, to torque this on later. But I mean, as you tighten it, you can feel it get snugger as it pulls the crank on. I'm really testing the tensile strength of this small top peak wrench here. All right. Like that, and then we just pop the derailleur down and pop your chain on. And there you go. Tension itself up. I think the tires are flat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a pump.
There you go. Oh, so
that's gonna be too long. We could show it.
Yeah, Ryan has a nice new battery powered pump that I was like, oh, can we use that? But there's needs to be quiet in the house. So yeah, all right. But it keeps trying to fall over on me. Let's work on this headset real quick, or the headlight, rather. Oh, that's where my tool is. I'm not sure where it's easy to access. Go. So that's a 9 and 10.
Yeah, those portable pumps, especially if you're pumping up very often, make a big difference. We did a review on the Psych Plus one that has worked pretty well. Actually, the latest one is actually from Aventon, but Fantic is the company that makes it. So you can, I think they're on Amazon, and you can look. I think they might be a little bit more of a well-known brand, but we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way here. If I can get
it clipped on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, tires come flat as well. Save that space in the box.
I think that's probably true. Yeah.
No space was spared in the box. That's for sure.
Let's see if I can get this on.
Let's see. What any questions we got? I mean,
that was the last one I didn't.
It's pretty blue paint job, and I like what size motor is in it. If you don't mind me asking, is a 500 Govert direct drive motor? If you don't mind me asking, is it a gear hub or a direct drive?
It'd be a geared hub. Yeah. You
Aren't
won't. They're pretty much all geared hub, with the exception. We did our 2018 Rad Wagon.
I was gonna say
was a direct drive, but I haven't seen any other companies offering direct drive motors. We have seen. I see sometimes the DIY kits can come with those, but yeah, I mean there are benefits. They weigh more, but they also have the regen. But the regen doesn't make a huge difference. So I guess, I don't know. Most companies, I think there's probably a reason they're going to the geared hub. Just looking at this front light, it's not branded the bushel, but it looks like the same light that is on the 700 series.
Oh, you have to twist it the other way?
Yeah, or...
That would make sense. There it is.
So we are using the Topeak Joe Blow Dually. It's actually a fat tire pump, but it has like a bigger canister, and so it actually goes pretty fast, I think.
Yeah, I mean, what have I done? 4 or 5 pumps, and it's probably. It is at.
I did about
20-ish.
Yeah.
And that's probably just over 30. It's almost 35. There we go.
And so I've been a big fan of this pump. I would not buy it for any high pressure because the gauge only goes up to 70. What's that? 75.
Yeah.
75.
But the nice thing about it too is that it's got both. Yeah. It just has it all built into one. It's Schrader and Presta,
yeah,
bolt on each side. So.
It is, yeah.
There we go.
Super handy.
Now the bike stands up on itself, much nicer.
Yeah.
All right, now we can throw the pedals on.
Here's the left one.
Yep. Get our pedals on here.
I believe this is the same display, same shifter, same throttle. They are using lock-on grips. I'm not sure if that's new or not. I don't remember the grips on the other one, but nice to have lock-on rubberized grips there. And one of the things that I think is cool too, Ride1Up, I think they've really thought about the design aesthetic, not only with the paint job, but they have this little kind of, I don't know, grain.
I called it out when we went out to the garage.
Okay.
Some of the little touches that they have that is very nice. I mean, that, and the other thing is really nice too is on the bottom of the down tube, it's matte. So really that kind of helps hide some grime and stuff like rock chips being able to be so noticeable, so you're not just missing chunks of paint possibly from your nice blue paint job.
And then the other thing too, on this bike, when you're looking at other $1,200 electric bikes, you're not going to necessarily see integrated batteries. And this is a Reintion pack. So
it is. It's actually a Reintion eel pack, which is they say on the website, which is actually kind of nice. So there's Reintion's a well-known battery brand. They make like the down tubes with the battery integrated, but this is a very popular battery, which is very cool to see.
So in theory, I mean, I don't want to speak to where you could buy it, but in theory, this would be a very easy battery to replace secondhand. It's not going to be paint matched. And again, that's another touch. Maybe you called that out, but it's nice that the battery case is even painted. But here we go, 48 volt, 12.8 amp hour battery. So for an affordable electric bike, I mean, average size on a $1,500 e-bike, we usually see 14 amp hours. So they kind of bumped up the capacity and didn't really raise the price, which is awesome. Just another reason I like the brand.
Any ideas what those are for?
I don't.
Ryan,
those are probably for the.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was asking Ryan what these plastic self-tapper screws were, but they're for the reflectors, and we don't use those.
Yes.
Ryan has a bin full of them. Maybe we should start collecting them, and then we can just show everybody.
You can make a mural or something.
And all the random assortment of hardware, a random spot for those. So.
I can't remember if I mentioned, but they do have fenders available. So it's kind of, you get the base bike, and then if you want to upgrade it, get those fenders, get the rear racks, which yes, some companies do, but you're kind of paying for it in the price. And then component wise, I'm not sure if the rear derailleur used to be Turney, but it's Altus now, which is what we see on e-bikes all the way up into $2,000. Yeah, $2,000.
If not more.
Yeah.
Really. And
then we have Tektro mechanical calipers, unbranded levers, but they do have the rubber grip, which is nice. And then Ride1Up always uses these Sella Royale saddles, and I'll maybe call out if you are unboxing your Ride1Up bike. If you're a member of the Facebook group, people will share pictures of these little plastic pieces. They can come off, and they don't really serve much a purpose. I mean, I guess they're protecting the bolts, but people always ask what those are, and that's what they are. They come from the bottom of the seat. But these are the Sella Royale saddles that they've been using for some time. I think they're fairly comfortable, but if you want something more comfortable, you can check out our electric bike accessories list.
I don't remember. Does this one come in 2 different frame sizes, or is it just?
It does not. Just the high step versus the step through.
Okay.
But I think it's worth calling out. So a lot of the bikes that I personally recommend to shorter riders are the folding bikes, like the electric XP.
Yeah, they tend to be lower.
Yeah, because it's lower, the seat height, it's very accessible. But as far as full size frames, there are some companies, of course, that are going to make bikes for smaller riders. But this bike is super accessible to shorter riders, which I really like. So if you are around like 5 feet tall or somewhere around there, this is a bike I think you should strongly consider, particularly in the step through variation. And there's less options if you want more of a regular frame style, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so like what Ryan said, you can just tell how low that seat goes. I mean, this height here for your leg is going to be super small, and then this does have a little bit of like a extended stem on it, so you could get a shorter stem or even an adjustable to bring them back to you for really, I mean, that'd be a couple, $20 or something on Amazon to change the stem. Not very difficult. So
yeah.
All
right, let's see what else we got. It looks like the snap cycle. What's the difference? I'm not aware of Snap Cycle making a bike similar to this. I'm going to go to their website.
One thing that made, all e-bikes, like a bike is it's generally just a couple parts put together. So this down to being Reintion, like this whole section here in the middle is Reintion. Like they sell these cutouts that have the battery and stuff already made for integration. And that's what they do. And then you kind of design the rest of your bike around it. So it would not surprise me if I guarantee there are other manufacturers utilizing this battery setup, and that's half the view of the bike. So
yeah, and Snap Cycle. I mean, we reviewed the S1. That's very different. That's a folding fat tire e-bike, and then they have the R1. Those are and those are both full size fat tire bikes that have like batteries underneath it. So it's quite a bit different spec wise. I mean, completely different ride feel, completely different weight. This is going to be a lot lighter. So pros and cons, obviously, but
yeah.
So let's see what else we got. We are going to probably be wrapping it up shortly. So if you have any other questions, let me know. And then obviously we're going to jump back on another live stream after this one. We have the UFree City Robin X.
We have to clean up the explosion of packing materials and cardboard everywhere.
Ryan, your limited accessories video used aftermarket fenders. Do you still recommend aftermarket ones over the optional fenders from Ride1Up? I think they're $50 from Ride1Up. I guess my personal perspective, I think at the time Ride1Up did not offer fenders for the limited, so that's why people are looking for them. If they're $60. To be honest, those are going to work. I would probably just buy the ones from Ride1Up. If you go to the Ride1Up Facebook group, you'll find some other options besides the ones that I featured. Mine were more like there's some other options that you can get that are a little bit more form-fitting to the tire. Like the ones I had on my limited were, I don't know, they're made to be more universal, I guess.
Having fitted ones specifically for that bike, size for the right tires, they're going to just be a simple bolt-on, where some of the universal ones I've seen, you have to adjust the in and out on them so they get close to the hug and tire and stuff.
Yeah.
$60 seems
reasonable. Yeah.
I mean, you're going to spend $40, $50 at least on universal ones, I would imagine.
And then you have to factor in your time finding which ones are going to work. And
get the $60 ones that are from them and throw them on. You're good to go.
Yeah.
I would almost always recommend getting accessories, especially when the price difference is within that 10 to 20, $30 somewhere there. Just get the one that's from them.
Yeah, especially if you can get free shipping when you actually order the bike with the fenders. So, All right, I think we're going to be wrapping it up again. If you are looking to purchase any of the Ride1Up electric bikes, really appreciate it. If you use the link in the description, we will have a full review of this electric bike in the coming weeks. Super excited to kind of test out some of the differences. And let's see. My spouse ultimately went with the Ride1Up 700 step through because of a few different upgrades. But I first talked her into an e-bike by showing her how good of a deal and nice looking bike the Core-5 is. Yeah, I echo those thoughts. And again, if you're just getting into e-bikes or you don't know how much you're going to ride it, this is a great entry point. But if you want some of those creature comforts, for sure, the 700 series, I mean, all their bikes are value priced. So if you look spec wise compared to a different brand, you're getting a good deal for what they are. So
absolutely,
just depends. Obviously, this is rigid suspension. You have front suspension on the 700, bigger battery, all sorts of things, hydraulic disc brakes. So Lori says, I'm late. Are you going to do the UFree? Yes, stay tuned. We're going to end this in just a second, and then I'll create a new live stream, and you can join there. We're just going to clean everything up, bring the new box in. And if you have any questions on the UFree, you can stay tuned for that. Otherwise, thanks everyone for watching. Links down in the description, and we'll see you soon.
See you guys in about 10 minutes.
All right.